This is Car Con Carne, voted the best music podcast in Chicago according to the readers of the Chicago Reader in the 2022 Best of Chicago issue. I'm James Van Ostel, and the San Diego Comic-Con is fast approaching. Ground zero for all things pop culture, ground zero for all things about comics and graphic novels. If you're going, if you know someone who's going, make a point of visiting Alex Ross Art at the con. Alex Ross is a friend of Car Con Carne, and it's no secret he is simply one of the best visual artists in the history of the medium. Period. I am such a fanboy when it comes to Alex Ross. If you do go to San Diego Comic-Con, stop by. He's going to unveil his 2023 sketchbook at the SDCC. Also, you can get in on a super exclusive pre-order of the X-Men 60th Anniversary tribute illustration that Alex did. It's his version of the Jim Lee X-Men covers, the interlocking covers from the 90s. Yeah, Alex did his version of it. 50 prints available for pre-order. That's it. If any are left, they'll be at San Diego Comic-Con as well. Join the wait list now, alexrossart.com, and visit Alex Ross Art at San Diego, booth 2415 at the convention. And again, visit 24/7 at alexrossart.com.
Sauces that we have.
Okay. Is one of them sweeter than the other?
This is sweeter.
Okay,
this
great.
This one's more Texas.
Sweet.
Josh, you're the sweetest of all.
Aw.
All right, so we'll have the window open, I guess. This is Car Con Carne. To my right, a returning favorite. He is a friend. I'm a fan of his music. He is Josh Caterer. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, James. Always a pleasure.
We're recording at Chicago Culinary Kitchen, which is in Palatine. The specific address, 2391 North Hicks Road in Palatine, Chicago Culinary Kitchen, right off the intersection of Lake Cook and Rand Road.
Yes. I was going to say at the intersection of something and something else.
And that would be true as well. Greg Gaardbo, the owner of Chicago Culinary Kitchen, will be joining us shortly, and he'll be bringing an orgy of meat.
I don't even know what... it's not like I ordered anything. He just said, we'll bring you food.
Well, and what did I text you? Come hungry.
Yeah, I did. I haven't eaten in 4 days.
You're making that up.
I am.
Okay.
But the spirit of it is true.
So I've seen you off and on a lot recently. I didn't see you at the Rise Again show. I went the first night. Kind of a hard ticket to get.
Yeah.
Those nights. But how did that go for you guys?
I could barely get in. So the first night was
Boll
Weevils.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, that show was really cool for us to play. It was a lot of fun. It was our first time back at Metro in several years. We were trying to figure out when's the last time we were there. And it might have been that New Year's Eve Alkaline Trio thing.
Which was that was a handful of years ago.
Yeah, that was several years ago. So it was good to be back. I mean, it felt like home. We had played there so many times, and Joe was there, and a couple other friends who just worked at the club. Gub was there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Former guest in Car Con Carne.
Yeah. So it was good to see him, and love what they've done with the place. They kind of spruced up the backstage area with like a mural of show posters up there. And it was just a great night. It was fun. It was and Rise Against are fantastic.
They're fantastic.
They put on a great show, and we've known those guys for a long time, kind of from other bands. I think it's the first time we've played with Rise Against, but we've played with those guys in other iterations.
I'm assuming you've probably known Joe the longest.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the fact, they've reached a certain level, a very high level in the music industry, and they do something like this, a residency, and they bring bands who they want to support, bands from their community, bands that inspired them, in your case, to open up. And I thought that was awesome.
Obviously they bring who they want because it's not really like we were contributing anything. The show was sold out, I think, before it was even announced that we were on the bill. So they didn't really need us, but they were just doing it because, they're bros and we know them. And
I loved everything about those shows, especially the fact that they only had one opener each night.
yeah.
I know it's not economically sound for venues to do that. I'm a fan of that.
I'm a fan of that too. I like to be in that position because then after sound check, we can just leave our stuff where it is, which is, it's a small thing, but it's meaningful.
And I do like going that first night. I love the fact that Rise Against played 3 totally different sets. I like going to see a show and not knowing what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
That's
cool.
rock and roll. I like being surprised. I like when I can't have a show spoiled for me by going to setlist.fm.
Exactly. That's nice. That's inspiring me, even as you're saying that.
To mix it up a little bit?
To mix it up for our fall tour that we're doing.
So you're touring Midwest and East Coast.
Yeah. I call it a fall tour, but August, is that summer?
That's
still
summer. That's
right?
very summer.
It's a summer tour.
It's pretty hot in August.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a fall tour. I take that back. Although there will be fall dates as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and that leads me to the next question. Very recently, I saw the announcement, Smoking Popes, working on first new songs, new music in a long time.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Where's this going? Where's your head at as you're writing songs, writing lyrics?
I don't know. It's hard to answer that question because songwriting still to me, after all these years, is somewhat mysterious. I don't fully understand where songs come from, but I know that I tend to go through these seasons where I'm doing a lot of writing and the songs are just coming bam, bam, bam. And then that will cool off and I'll go for a period where I'm not writing anything for like 6 months or more. And then it's kind of built up in there and I start getting twitchy. And my wife can see this happening. She's like, I just start getting kind of surly. It's like, have you written any songs lately?
What do you like when you're surly? Do you get cranky? Do you get quiet? Are you sullen?
I'm sullen, yeah. And I tend to go within. Mm-hmm. So when people try to interact with me, I'm like, leave me alone. I'm short with them.
So in other words, the muse hit you.
Yes, the muse hit, and I started writing some songs and demoing them and showing them to the boys, and they were like, "Yeah, we could sink our teeth into these. Let's move forward with this." Although it's a little different now than before, where in previous eras it would be like, do we have enough for an album? Okay, let's start working on an album, which an album's going to happen, but right now what we're doing is just going in and recording songs, and we're going to start releasing singles. So we've got digital singles coming over the next couple of months. We've got one at the end of June. We've got another one in July.
Oh, so we're recording this in June. There's a song coming.
Yeah, what's going to be the date that this happens?
The 9th, 10th of June.
Okay. Well, our first single, I think, comes at the end of the month, like on the 30th or in the
Okay, is that the one you did with Deanna?
Yeah, so that's a collaboration with Sincere Engineer, with Deanna singing a duet with me. But that's all I can say. I can't tell you any more.
I can't wait to hear that. I saw you two together, or she posted about it, and I got really excited.
We recorded the song, and we also made a video for it.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited about how it turned out. Our friend Brian Bouchelt directed it, and it's a lot of fun. It was super fun to make, and I think you're going to like it, James.
Oh, I'm sure. I think she is fantastic.
She's great to work with, and we shot it all just in an afternoon, and it was just a fun hang. She's so nice, and our friend Brian was so nice, and everybody was just being nice to each other, and we were all just a bunch of nice people just being nice.
The Smoking Popes are a bunch of very nice people. So are Matt and Eli in the same frame of mind? Like they're ready. Let's do this. Because I feel like maybe you were out of sync for a few years as far as Smoking Popes go.
Yeah, it's hard to get all of our mojo to line up, as far as like there was a period of time where everybody wanted to like go, and I was pulling in the reins because of like domestic responsibilities. But now my kids, my youngest just graduated from high school, but both of my brothers have younger kids now.
Right.
Like Matt has a 1.5-year-old, and Eli's son is, I think, about to turn 2.
Oh, yeah, so they're busy.
He just turned 2. He's right around 2.
Yeah, that's a lot to.
And that's a lot
Yeah.
to. That's a lot to keep up with. So, that has turned a little bit, where I'm like, yeah, let's rock, and those guys are like, I can only rock so much.
I don't have capacity for rock. It's funny. I kind of keep you to myself, Josh. So I don't know Matt and Eli as well. But we had dinner with Matt. Like it was either right before he had his child or right after it. He's a charming guy.
He really is. He's funny because he's arguably the most outgoing of the 3 brothers, but he's also the most enigmatic because, how often have you hung out with Matt?
Right.
Not very often.
It's true.
The
It
least
was when we went out for tacos. That was it.
hung out with him the least of the 3 brothers.
It's true.
But when you talk to him, he's like Mr. Sociable.
For sure.
So you don't know what to make of Matt Caterer.
If you're watching this on video, I may look distracted. It's because Greg Gaardbo, the owner of Chicago Culinary Kitchen, is setting up some apparatus by my window, which I believe will be some delivery mechanism for our food.
I've already got hot sauce out here, 2 different kinds, Texas Hippie and Legacy sauce.
I'm starving.
Some forks.
It smells amazing when you walk in.
It does.
It smells so good.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this.
I was trying to think about when I first met you, and I think I had it narrowed down to when Smoking Plopes.
We've added an L.
Yeah, right.
It's due to popular demand. People voted and said, "Could you please add an L?"
Smoking Popes played Sound Opinions when I was producing that show on Q101, and I think that was before Capital. It was definitely Born to Quit. And I remember you playing Valentine.
So we played on Sound Opinions, because I remember being a guest on Sound Opinions, but I guess before that we came in and played. Were we interviewed as part of that, or were we just sort of?
I think so. You must have been.
The 90s were a crazy time for me, James, and a lot of it is just lost.
Well, isn't it interesting? You will always come back to Smoking Popes.
Mm-hmm.
You went away from the Popes for a while. Popes go through fits and starts of being quiet, but they'll always be there for you. They'll always be that outlet for you.
It's like Carlito's Way.
It is like Carlito's Way. And we're the better for it. And I'm glad you're dripping singles, as the kids say.
Yeah, it's all about the algorithms, James.
I know it. But we live in this kind of a la carte culture now, musically.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, an album as an artistic statement is still totally valid, but you can still, as the muse hits, you don't need to wait for 10 songs.
Right. I like this because, I've got most of an album written. I'm a little unclear on how many songs I have demoed at this point. 9-ish, maybe 10, maybe enough for a record. I'm not sure. I have a lot of them in the can, but I don't feel like we have to go in and record them all at once, which is a lot of pressure. We can do it kind of like we did Born to Quit, which is 2 songs at a time.
Thank you, my dear.
Oh.
Oh my God. Get in the car.
Yes.
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
All right, you're going to need those plates. This is the taco first.
Oh my God.
These
This
are
is Greg and
very
Christina,
delicious. Thank
Chicago
you.
Culinary Kitchen.
Enjoy.
Oh, wow.
I can't even.
I'm going to put this on the other one.
Josh, I'm going to have you put that on the dash there.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait. What is that?
That appears to be a burger.
A gigantic burger.
Okay, this is for you.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to move my seat back.
We're going to need these.
Uh-huh.
You want to be hygienic?
We're gonna need those.
Yeah.
This is just the start of what we need.
Mm-hmm.
Plate, and I'm coming in.
He's coming in. He's coming in, everybody.
Coming in hot. Okay, so we have. There's like a whole chicken to my left. Like I'm not even kidding. Greg Gaardbo, Chicago Culinary Kitchen in
Hey
the
guys,
backseat.
how are you?
Hey there.
Great to see you again.
Thank you, sir.
Again, Chicago Culinary Kitchen. We are on Hicks Road, 2391 North Hicks Road in Palatine. CCK open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a to 8 p.m. Sunday, 11 until 7. And we just have an obscene feast from Chicago Culinary Kitchen. Or what are we looking at here, this burger?
So this is our Oklahoma onion burger. So on here we have 2 Black Angus patties on there, and we have our tallow mayonnaise. We have our Cuban mustard.
Tallow mayonnaise.
Tallow mayonnaise. It's basically beef fat in the mayo. And then we have there's some American cheese on there, or excuse me, cheddar cheese, and then some pickles.
You know, it's just 2 of us in the front seat.
You know how we do. Remember the last time we did this?
I
We
do.
did it with tomahawks.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. And
I'm going to need a doggy bag.
That's why it's been so long since I've been here. I just got past being full.
From
the-
Pink's
yeah.
too, yeah.
I had to wait to fully digest that before I came back to Chicago Culinary Kitchen. I guess, should I take half, Josh?
Yeah, I'm going to take half of this.
Yeah.
I'll give you the rest.
Oh, my Lord. It is dripping with goodness.
It is. And
All right,
grease.
now, the pro move, Josh, is to not finish one thing right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a
You,
bite.
as a professional eater, I'm going to take
You
your
should
word
weigh
for
500 pounds.
I'm getting there. Getting there. Still have some COVID stuff to work off. All right, let's do... anything about the pickles I should know?
Just a great fresh dill pickle.
Mm-hmm.
that. Okay.
Here we go. This is a monster.
Did you start with the pickle?
Yeah. Little palate cleanser.
Okay. Okay, let's do it.
There's a lot going on in this burger.
There is. There's a lot of layers of flavor that goes on there.
Wow.
This is delicious. So are these? This is basically a smash burger.
Yeah.
Love it. So
It's
two
a
patties.
chuck brisket and short rib blend.
Chuck brisket.
This is delicious.
Did he drum for the circle jerks?
He did.
Chuck brisket.
All right, what do you think, Josh Caterer of the Smoking Popes?
I love it.
Pro move. Don't eat it. I know you're. Yep. You got a lot of chow to go.
All right, let's keep moving.
All right.
Go to the taco, dude.
Go to the
taco,
tacos.
dude.
Now the pro move on the taco. You bite the escabeche is that little pepper that's on top, right?
Yeah.
It's not spicy. You bite it, and then the juice that comes out, you pour that onto the taco as well. There's your
I
acid.
see.
This is heavy.
Yeah. So that's a brisket and beef cheek taco.
Brisket and beef.
And beef cheek taco. So
Okay.
the cow is still alive. They just took
Yeah.
took part of his cheek off.
Beef
Wait,
cheek is very silky, very soft meat. It's delicious.
So what is this marinated in? Or,
So this is barbacoa, basically. So we took this and we smoked all the meat ahead of time. And then we put it in banana leaves. And I put some chipotle, some onions, and
That's
some
what I'm
garlic.
tasting.
Yep.
Yep.
I put some onions, chipotle, and garlic in there. I added a little bit of some beer in there. And then we just close it up, put it in the pit overnight. And there you have it. And everything just blends together. And then you just pull it and it makes a lot of juice. It's amazing.
You've ruined tacos for the rest of my life for me.
We make some of the best tacos ever.
This is
I'm
substantial.
going to wash it down with a little bubble up.
Josh
Yeah.
was so excited about Bubble Up.
This is like the only place I've been in about 30 years that has bubble up.
Because you notice we don't have like major product names. I'm not into that. I'm like, nope. I want stuff that you can't find. That's what makes this place unique.
Bubble up. Just as delicious as it was in 1978.
Yep.
There's something so wholesome and wonderful about you, Josh Caterer. The fact that you get excited about Bubble Up, that's fantastic.
Well, it's the little things.
And those fries up there, those are truffle fries.
oh my gosh.
That's that ketchup is gochujang ketchup.
What does that mean?
We mix gochujang in with the ketchup.
What is gochujang?
Gochujang is a Korean chili paste.
Oh,
Oh, that's a tasty fry.
Because who wants plain ketchup?
You don't.
you don't. Oh, that is a very tasty fry.
Mm-hmm.
As we're eating these things, talk to us about Father's Day, Greg.
Father's Day. Father's Day is usually. Can I say whatever I want on here?
Yeah, like this is your first time.
Oh, it's a shit show. I mean,
Worse than Mother's Day?
oh, by far, because everybody wants to take dad out for barbecue, right?
Okay,
and
fair.
whatever. So yes,
Right.
it's just a day.
It's a manly meal.
It is. It's a day that does not end. So to cater to the man, we have
Or
purchased.
caterer to the man?
Yes,
Oh, I see what you
we
did
have
there.
purchased. We have some beautiful ribeye tomahawks that we'll be smoking and serving them that day as well. You can call in advance for them. Call now because they will probably sell out. I think they're $120 each. It's 40 ounces of meat, and that comes with a 1 pound baked potato.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, that bubble up is hitting the spot, man.
How could it not? All right, let's talk about what we have here, Greg. What I spy.
We have our pastrami. We have our duck fat chicken.
That's what duck fat chicken.
Yeah, so we used to just hold it in the warmer, and occasionally it could dry out. So now it's held in duck fat, and it is delicious.
It looks amazing.
We have our smoked chicken, pastrami, and we have brisket, and I think there's cornbread on there,
There is.
I'm eyeing that cornbread.
and beans.
I want in on that.
All right, I'm going to let you grab the cornbread, Josh.
Okay, well, we can, I'll cut it in half if you want.
No, take the cornbread.
Okay?
Yeah, that's filler.
You don't want any?
It's filler.
Fine.
Are you trying to avoid carbs?
Right, that's clearly what I'm
Yeah, he just plowed through a half a burger.
Right.
Half a burger.
Oh, yeah.
Pit beans. All right, we're going to start using our hands. Are you okay with that, Josh? Like,
Oh, yeah, this is the point in the show where things get truly messy.
right.
Yeah.
Who did we have
Let's
last
do
time,
it.
James, at Pink's?
That was a band called Low Tech, Land of the El Caminos.
Dude, they were it sounded like animals back here.
All right.
You're not wrong.
I took some of these beans. You can have them back. Here, I got
All right, why don't
that.
you grab what you want? I'll move it back outside.
All right.
This is-
Let's do some of this.
Pastrami is
The
delicious.
pastrami
The
looks so the
pastrami.
pastrami's a special, right?
Yes, every weekend
I
we
want
have
some-
pastrami.
okay. Let me see if I can get
Yeah,
some
go
of this.
two-handed.
You should just be able to pull that right apart.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can.
Beautiful.
Yep,
Nice. That should do it.
You want some smoked chicken?
that's turkey.
Turkey?
That's
Yep.
turkey. Sure. Maybe another pickle.
So do you have the smokers going just all the time?
For the most part, during the week, yes, smokers will go usually from Tuesday night to Sunday morning.
I'm taking some white bread.
It's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing. It's the white thing to do. Okay, I'm really excited about the pastrami. Talk about the pastrami, because that takes some work, right?
It does. So the pastrami takes a few days to cure, more than a few days, about 10, 12 days to cure.
Kind of like syphilis?
Yes. And then
Hey-o.
and then it goes into the pit and gets smoked. So it
Wow.
turns, it's corned beef in the beginning, then it turns into pastrami after
Oh.
it's smoked.
That pastrami is incredible. I'm eating it right now. It is just, it's a game changer.
That crust on the outside.
That bark is
The bark,
beautiful.
yeah.
There's mustard in there too, somewhere on that plate.
Man. This is so great.
I'm trying to determine which thing I like the best, but it's just always whatever is in my mouth at the time.
Right.
Seems like the greatest thing I've ever had.
You don't have to have a favorite, but if I were to have a favorite, it might be that pastrami.
Mm-hmm.
Because, oh my. Well, that burger, I would come back for that burger tomorrow.
Pretty special.
Uh-huh. Tomorrow. So, Greg, you mentioned I was at the OG Chicago Culinary Kitchen. How was the transition? Where you're...
Oh, from going from
Yeah, were the
remember,
customers
we were
able
only
to follow
open
you?
6 hours,
Uh-huh.
6 hours every weekend, basically.
I feel like it's risky to relocate, even though this is clearly
It's
a much
highly
more-
risky to relocate, but remember, so during COVID, we kind of, like, I want to say, help to educate our customers because we also have the food truck.
right.
So during COVID, we were smart. So every Thursday, we would set up right here in the parking lot. We got a permit. We set up right here. We gave away free beer, and we had people
That's all
come.
you need to do.
Yep.
You had me at free beer.
And they came and they supported us, and they brought us through COVID, and it was really nice of our customers to do that for us. And then it just became easier that way. So it's been a good transition. I mean, I think there's 65,000 cars that pass here every day, and we still keep getting new customers that don't even know what the heck we are.
I never order chicken when I go out to eat.
It's the redheaded stepchild on the menu.
It is. So for me to want to have chicken at a restaurant, it's got to be kind of special and different from what I can do at home. This is it. This is it.
Well, we gave one to give up another. Like, we used to have crispy skin, but I'm like, I'd rather have moist chicken than have crispy skin. So we gave that up by holding in the duck fat then.
It's delicious.
So with this new space, you've got the outdoor dining, which that's a game changer.
It is, and we have weekend music too.
That's what I was going to ask. I think that a place like this, I mean, the vibe is all music.
It is.
Like, it'd be wrong to not have live music in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, we don't have giant bands. They're little bands, but it's still great music that we have out here. Like last week we had, or the opening week, Memorial Weekend, we had David's House, and they're a bunch of kids that play, high school kids that play, and they're really excellent, and they pack the crowds in.
Were you guys in high school when you started as the Popes?
Yeah. It was... No. It wasn't.
You were teenagers.
We started another band when I was in high school called Speed Stick that sort of evolved into the Popes because my brothers were in that too.
Isn't that a deodorant?
It is.
I got to ask, and I've asked you this, or I asked you this a long time ago. So
Boxers. Oh,
got to let them breathe. Where'd you get your chops? How did you learn to do this?
I just did.
That's what blows my mind.
I just did, self-taught. Christine and I, we traveled. We started in the backyard with other things, and one thing led to another, and we started catering, and just trial and error. Things come to you. You learn things. I mean, the internet's been an amazing thing. I read a lot. I probably have a library of somewhere around 400 cookbooks. I probably have a new book almost every other week that comes in of something. If I find the cuisine that I'm interested in, I go down the rabbit hole on it, and then we go to there. Hey, I want to learn about Spanish food. It's not that I just wanted to read about it. We go to Spain. We're gonna go to Mexico. Okay. We go to the place where hey, I want to learn to make barbacoa. We go to that place to see how it tastes. Right on the spot. Then
I love that.
you have to.
But I think just that speaks volumes that you kind of figured out how to do this your way. You're not out of culinary school. This is a DIY thing that's just blown up.
It's very organic.
I just, I know how to run business for the most part. I mean, I had my other, my print shop forever. I still have it, but just running people, and that's that, and just figuring out the harmony.
I need to at least slow down.
I need a hose turned on me to get rid of everything off my hands.
You need a colonic right now.
I might.
Oh.
And Christina, who you mentioned, she is about as knowledgeable about beer as anyone.
She is Superwoman. She is the yin to my yang. She is a certified Cicerone, which, if you don't know what that is, basically she went to beer college with a bunch of dudes in flannels and beards.
We should have gone to beer college.
Right? So that took
they
about
had that.
2 years to her to get that name, certified Cicerone. So she's the equivalent of like a sommelier, like a first level sommelier, but in beer.
Okay, so in summary,
I like to just stick to the bubble up.
Right.
Because you're wholesome. Chicago Culinary Kitchen, 2391 North Hicks Road. One thing I meant to ask you, what's this I'm seeing about a Viking funeral?
Yes, we have a Viking funeral coming up. So basically, Christine,
How metal is that?
It's good. So Christine and I, we'd go to the Ren Fair a lot, and we participate. We dress up. We don't play. And usually, everybody thinks we're part of the whole shtick, But there's a lot of people that cosplay out there. You have like little
the Ren
friends.
Fair's a blast.
It is. The only problem is like wearing leather, even if you're wearing a leather kilt and wearing leather armor, is not really, it's not the greatest when it's July 18th and it's 85 and humid out. I can't. Christina's running around in freaking leather. It's like a leather bikini, which she's in Catania's. And I got, a battle axe on my side, and it's very hot. But
it's kind of like a Smoking Pope show, really.
Yeah. Or Guar.
Matt was wearing leather pants there for a few years.
He was not.
He was.
We all have our phases.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It kept him thin because he was sweating off all of his extra pounds every night because those things don't breathe very well.
No, they don't breathe at all. All right, sorry. So, Greg...
so the Viking funeral, it'll be communal tables. There'll be beer. I hope that people dress up for this. It will be copious amounts of food. We have between turkey legs, we have whole beef ribs. There's just a lot of fun stuff that's happening for that. So I'm like, let's do something fun. Let's have a Viking funeral.
This will be your chance to live like Thor.
Right.
Right here, Chicago Culinary Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it enough, and I say it to the point where people probably think I'm making it up. The food here is so damn good, and I really I appreciate you being part of this podcast and letting us eat and rant and rave about it, because I love eating here. This is just what a lovely find this is. Again, right by Lake Cook and Rand Road and Palatine. Just incredible food.
Agreed. Yeah, it is super amazing stuff.
And we said at the beginning we were going to pace ourselves. We were going to kind of eat just a little bit of fun.
I don't think we did.
Well,
No.
I was about to say, my burger is gone. Josh's burger is pretty much gone.
I would have finished it, but then other food came into play here. And
I'd say you're a good 80% into that. I'll take that as a win.
You want me to finish it? I'll finish it. I'll finish it right now.
Finish it.
Hey, double dog dare you.
Finish it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not doing it in one bite or anything.
No, that'd be insane. Josh's family's going to hate me.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to mention
The
that
dog's
too.
going to love you.
Speaking of your family, I think the last time I saw you was at the MS Sucks benefit
Oh, yeah.
that Castu put together at Bottom Lounge, where you played with your daughter Phoebe.
I did, yeah.
That was wonderful.
That was a very sweet night. I love any time I get a chance to sing with her. It's always a delight for me, and I'm so proud of her. But also the event itself there was just an incredible energy.
There was.
Like you could tell there was something different in the air that night. There was like it felt very communal. That like the sense of the cause was like palpable. Like people felt like we're doing something important that we really care about. Not only the bands, but like you were getting that sense back from the audience too. And I love playing Bottom Lounge. I mean, it's just a great club.
It sounds really good there.
Yeah, it sounds good. It feels good on stage. The stage sound is good. I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint sometimes why one club is better than another. It's just a vibe. But it's like I like the configuration of the room as far as like being close to the audience and being able to exchange energy with them.
It was great, and I don't know if I said it to you that night, but I certainly said it to some of the other performers. There is something, the biological thing that happens when genetics combine in harmonies. Like hearing you and your daughter, like I've heard great harmonies in music before, but it's just different when there are genetics associated with harmonizing.
Yeah, I'm told it's something called blood harmony.
Is that what it's called? I really didn't know that.
There's a term for it.
Well, it's legit. I saw that happen at Bottom Lounge. I saw blood harmony.
And it's something that she and I have been sort of inadvertently developing for years, because she started singing when she was about 3, just around the house. She would just sing to herself and just make up songs. And so since then, if we're in the same room with each other, one person will start singing and the other will harmonize. And we've just been sort of practicing our phrasing and being in sync with each other for many, many years, and it just sort of comes out naturally.
How cool is that?
I love it.
I love it too.
I'm grateful for it.
And I love the fact that Smoking Popes are back with new music, new song, end of the month with Sincere Engineer on that. I'm dying to hear that.
Oh, maybe I could.
I'm good
I
for
could
it.
pull some strings, and I
Okay.
could get you an advance copy of that.
Yay. Greg Gaardbo, Chicago Culinary Kitchen. What a place. What a great destination. And I mentioned the outdoor patio. Like, this is where you should camp out this summer.
I'll be back.
It's a lot of fun.
Meat, beer, rock and roll. That's it. That's all you need. Done.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I also want to thank Alex Ross, alexrossart.com, the mighty Alex Ross. Go visit Alex Ross Art at the San Diego Comic-Con. If you're going to that this year, I thank Alex Ross for his partnership on the show. Guys, thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. Always a pleasure.